So the display screen is frozen and none of these outlets will come on. Look at that. Nothing's plugged in. It's continuously showing that the USB is on, but it's not. Even the light won't come on. And it has charge on it. It just froze up while I was charging my phone off of this port. Okay, so do you remember this old power station? This is one I've had for about a year. It's the Vitoman Discovery 600 watt hour. Well, it froze up on me. So you can see the screen is on, but nothing works. And I contacted them. They're going to send me another one. I mean, it was pretty simple. So very good customer service from Vitoman. That's Vtoman. And it just froze. You know, I was charging my phone through this fast charge PD60. And when I unplugged it, the display just froze, and nothing will come on except the display is still on, so it's draining the battery. So I have discovered how to take it apart. There's actually screws that come up from the bottom that screw into the top. They're big long Allen screws, and I don't know what I'm doing. I did find this, so I unplugged that. I like that. They got XT60 plugs in there, set plugs in right there. But there's another one down there, so I'm just trying to get the main power unplugged so I don't explode myself. But look how complicated these things are. Look at all that. Pretty crazy. So I thought, you know, I've got nothing to lose, so I'm going to take the board off of it. It's just 4 screws that holds that on. That way I can get down and disconnect the main power coming to the display here. And then maybe we can just do a reset on it. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I've got this board out of the way here, and you can see the battery pack here below it, and then those red and black wires down there. That's another XT60 plug. I'm going to unplug that, and you can see on the inside of here, you can see where those go. So while I'm doing this is for reference, so if I unplug something, I can just go back and watch the video and know where to plug it back in. It's cold today, so I'm trying to do this in the cold wind. Wish me luck. Okay, so see this yellow plug here? It looks like an XT60 also. I fished it up from the very bottom. I found a stick on the ground because I didn't want to use my metal screwdriver to stick down in there, you know. I didn't know what I would hit and cause a spark, so I used a wooden stick, and I dug that up. And now I'm going to unplug this and see if that will kill all power. Because right now, the display is still on. Okay, let's take a deep breath, steady my hands, and go for it. Okay, so I got it unplugged. It is just an XT60, just a little smaller size than this one. And guess what? Blank screen now. So that's your main there. Now I got to remember this one here plugs back into the board at the AC out. You can see it right there. So I'm gonna just let it set for maybe 10 minutes, and we'll plug it back in, and maybe it just needed a good old-fashioned reset. Okay, so I have plugged this one back in. I'm gonna tuck it back down next to the battery casing, and then we will plug this white one back in, and then we'll plug this board back in and set the board down, and we will test it, see if we can charge the phone or some devices or whatever. But it did take the screen off, you know, so, and now that it's plugged back in, the screen is still off. Okay, here we go. Okay, so everything's plugged back up, the AC's plugged back in, and this board main is plugged back in. I have not screwed the board back down yet. I don't want to tighten anything up yet. Display is still off. And here's the moment of truth. It works! Let's see if the flashlight works, because before it didn't. Yes! Look at this. I'm an electrician, didn't even know it. It just needed a reset. This is great. Let's see if the DC comes on. There's DC, AC. There's AC. You can even hear the inverter. All right. And let's see what the charge is, 84%. So you could tell that before it was frozen at 92%, right? It was showing that it was putting out 20 watts, and we know it wasn't. It was just a display code error, and it froze the display. That's all it was. All right. So let's bolt this board back down, and I'll show you when we get the top on it. Okay, so here's something funny, or you may find amusing. I had it all bolted back on the board, except for this one screw, and I dropped it down in the bottom. See it? There we go. I dropped it down in the bottom, so I had to unbolt everything and fish it out, put it all back together. Isn't that what always happens? So now all we got to do is put this top case on, and you'll see these long screws that come up through these pillars here on each corner. I just put screws through there. They're long. They're like 6 or 7 inches long screws, and they'll come up and hold the top on. Be right back. So here's the long bolts that go through, and see, you just use an Allen wrench to tighten them up. These will go through the bottom all the way up into the top case, and that holds it on. Okay, so I saved one screw here so I can show you. See these other 4, or these other 3? Here's the 4th one. You just tighten it up. And there's some rubber pads that I'll need to re-glue to the bottom for the feet. That's pretty snug there. Make sure they're all snug. Don't want to break them. Just get them snug. Okay. And we have ourselves a new functioning power station. Let's plug my old phone in and make sure it charges. Everything works. See, I left the phone plugged in. Look at that, it's charging at 6 watts. See if we can get a little proof of, there it is. There's the little charging icon. So everything works, the AC works on it. I'm not gonna use this port anymore because that's the one I used to quick charge my phone, and that's when I had the problem. So I'm just gonna use these other USBs, and I'll be fine with that. But I do have the replacement on the way. It'll probably be here in a week. So they told me not to try to do anything because, you know, it's not made for someone dumb like me. I just got lucky on this one. It doesn't have a reset button. If it did, that would have made everything great. But there you can see, I've never even pulled the plastic off of this thing. But I've had it for almost a year and never had a problem until I used that port to fast charge my phone. I will never use that one again because something's up with that one. But there we go. So you never know. Give it a shot. I was just going to have to find a way to dispose of this properly. You know, you can't throw it in a dumpster. It's lithium batteries, you know, you can't do that. So I was wondering, how am I going to get rid of this thing? Now I don't have to, so I'll just have an extra around. Okay, so one last thing. I thought I better bring it back here in the van and plug my guitar amp into the AC just to make sure the AC works. So let's turn on the amp. There we go, and strum the guitar. It works. It works. Everything works. Well, that's what I call a successful day. That'll wrap it up. Until next time, take care, be well, and smash the bell.